All right, welcome to your EFT video about past relationships that I fully was in then and I made those relationships. So we're gonna do emotional freedom technique, right? We're gonna do some tapping, whoever you are watching this, for old relationships we created that we no longer are in, that we have grown out of, and we're shifting, and we may be still stuck in having to be in the physical place of those people. Even though we've shifted so far in our consciousness, we're still having to deal with the trauma. That sucks. So let's get rid of that trauma right now. Even though it may be still in our face, in our environment, there's nothing we can do about that. It's out of our control. What we can do about it is stop ourselves from suffering. Even though it's so close to us, we don't have to suffer. Let it suffer on its own. If you're ready to heal yourself, then go ahead and, on a scale of 0 to 10, inhale and ask yourself, how frustrated right now am I about my physical situation? How stressed out am I right now about this old relationship? I just want it to be done now, over. I want to move on. I don't want to deal with this anymore, but I'm having to. And how frustrated am I on a 0 to 10 scale? This just sucks up here all the way. Fuck this. To down here 0, which you wouldn't be talking to me and doing this video, so you know you're not there. So where are you? Let's go ahead and rate that. That's called the most pressing issue, MPI. What's your most pressing issue? Okay, and that most pressing issue is I'm super stressed and this is what it's about. And then that opens up all these other things that are connected to that. So all these things are in this video. Ready, set, take full responsibility for yourself right now, and inhale. And start tapping, and gently. You don't have to tap hard to hurt yourself or anything. You're just actually tapping to release all of the stress and all of the stored energy in the meridians that are actually stuck and blocked from these traumas. We want the energy to flow to us and through us infinitely and eternally from the source energy all of the time. And our meridians are always flowing, and the energy is always growing and flowing through them until we get blocked, and then it stops it. And then there's no way that the energy can go. And that's what we're doing by tapping gently on the meridians, is opening them up and releasing that energy into our bloodstream so that we could drink some water and breathe and dance and sing it out. All right, ready? Setup statement. Even though I sometimes feel weighed down by the residue of my past, I deeply love, accept, honor, and forgive myself. Repeat after me. Even though I sometimes feel weighed down by the residue of the past, I deeply and completely love, honor, accept, and forgive myself. And one more time. Even though I sometimes feel weighed down by the residue of the past, I deeply and completely love, honor, accept, and forgive myself. And you're repeating after me every time that I say this, okay? So go ahead. And this one was specifically made for someone, so I'm reading through it right now. This isn't a freestyle. I freestyle a lot of them for people, and then I make up individual scripts. So this one, keep on tapping. You know who you are. Even though I still feel triggered by my problems that are no longer mine, I honor how far I've come, and I choose to keep moving forward. Go ahead, say it. Even though I still feel triggered by problems that are no longer mine, I choose to honor how far I've come, and I choose to keep moving forwards. Okay. And then here's the next part of it. Keep going. You can tap on either right or side, left side. The meridians go both down both sides of your body equally. You can go down both sides, so you can tap on either hand. However, the right side is your masculine, the left is your feminine. And so when we go into the armpits, instead of just choosing one or the other, I like to do them both so that I can get both male and female sides to be able to shift this energy, okay? And also, I like to tap everywhere on both sides, except for you only have one mouth and one here and only one here. So obviously, some points that run down the center only go down the center. So keep on going. We're on one of the karate chop points right now. Breathe, inhale. Thank you for showing up, tuning in, and keeping up, and taking full responsibility for yourself. Even though a part of me wants to argue with the shadows, I remember I already choose this journey, and I now choose peace, freedom, and inspiration. Okay? Even though part of me wants to argue with the shadows, I remember I already choose this journey, and I now choose peace, freedom, and inspiration. Okay, got it? All right, one more time. Even though part of me wants to argue with the shadows passing through the mirror, if you wanted to add that, even though part of me wants to argue with the shadows passing through the mirror, I remember I already choose this journey, And I now choose peace, freedom, and inspiration. All right? That's the setup statements. That's what we do. 3 setup statements. And now our body knows what we're talking about. So our body doesn't operate on you talking to it. It doesn't care. You can talk all day long, blah, 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 about all the metaphysical, spiritual, awesome stuff you want. It's never going to get into your body and shift your freaking nervous system or pump your limbs. It's never going to happen. You can talk all day in your head, blah, 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 until you integrate it and drop into your body, which is what we're doing right now. So tapping, when we're talking, this is just us getting in that flow of feeling, and those feelings are being triggered, and those feelings and emotions are shifting inside of us. That's the energy of the chemical cocktails of all of the different hormones that are inside of us doing their thing, okay? Our mind, when we speak words, it doesn't matter. It's these actions. It's the tapping. Okay. So now that we got the setup statement on there, we've actually started the body to be like, okay, what's happening next? Now it's listening. So we're going to go to the eyebrow point in between. I feel the heaviness of old patterns still hanging around. Okay. I feel the heaviness of old patterns still hanging around. I feel the heaviness of old patterns still hanging around. And then we're going to go to the other side. Sometimes I want to argue with what no longer belongs to me. Sometimes I want to argue with what no longer belongs to me. I noticed the residue under the eye. I noticed the residue of the old self that I've already outgrown under the eyes. I noticed the residue of the old self that I've already outgrown. I noticed the residue of the old self that I've already outgrown under the nose. I feel the stress of still sharing space with someone who doesn't align with me. Ooh, that's big. I feel the stress of still sharing space with someone who doesn't align with me. I feel the stress of still sharing the space with someone who doesn't align with me. Under the chin. It's hard to remember this isn't my burden anymore. It's hard to remember that this isn't my burden anymore. Collarbone. I honor the part of me that carried this weight for so long. On your collarbone, on the top, both sides. I honor the part of me that carries and carried this weight for so long. Wow, that's heavy, right? I honor myself and the part of me that carries this weight for so long. Under the arm. And I let myself feel it without judgment. That's right. I let myself feel this without judgment. Yeah, I did that. And I'm not judging them or me, okay? Because I'm acknowledging this now. And I'm letting myself feel it without judgment. Under the arms. I'm letting myself feel this without judgment. Because acknowledging it helps me release it. Top of the head. Because acknowledging it helps me release it. Because acknowledging it, instead of hiding it under the carpet, or hiding it in the closet, or hiding it under your money or cars or houses or the stupid stuff that you wear, or doesn't matter, you can't hide it because it's you and it's always here present for you to shift it. Okay, so by acknowledging it, I can release it. Round 2. Inhale. Eyebrow point. At a higher level, I choose this path. At a higher level, I choose this path. Side of the eye. I choose to experience growth through both trauma and triumph. Interesting, huh? Ready? Say it again. I choose to experience growth through both trauma and triumph. Under the eyes. I've already released so much, and my soul celebrates me. Ooh, I've already released so much, and my soul celebrates me. Under the nose. I shed 50 pounds of weight and even more in stress. Exhale that. I've shed 50 pounds of weight and even more in stress. Woo! Yeah. Under the chin. I no longer create a life that sucks. I no longer create a life that sucks. I didn't know it sucked then. I just know it sucks now because I'm changing it because I don't like it. And because I did create it, I have the right to, recreate it. It's something else. So, of course, to me, I have, what does it say? I no longer create a life that sucks. I no longer create a life that sucks. That's right. I agree. That's true. For me too. Resonance, okay? Collarbone. I am already creating a life filled with inspiration. I am already creating a life filled with inspiration. I am already creating a life filled with inspiration. I am already creating a life filled with inspiration. Wow, that's true. I honor myself for how far I've come. Under the arms. I honor myself for how far I've come. I honor myself for how far I've come. Top of the head. And I trust the path is unfolding ahead perfectly. And I trust the path ahead is unfolding perfectly. In case you didn't know we were on top of the head, we moved on. That was that. Round 3. Okay, ready? Still here. Inhale. I no longer argue with the shadows. I no longer argue with the shadows passing through the mirror. I no longer argue with the shadows passing through the mirror. Side of the eye. I focus my energy on what inspires me. I focus my energy on what inspires me. Under the eye. I am building my new passion and project life. I am building my new passion and project life. I'm building my passion and project life. Passion project. I'm building my passion project life. Under the nose. I remember how awesome I am. 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 Okay, under the chin. I feel proud of all the change I've created. I feel proud of all the change I've created. You're on your chin, okay? I feel proud of all the change I've created. Collarbone. I choose to embody health, wellness, and freedom. 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 Under the arms. I am already aligned. Wait. Where was that? Collarbone? Yeah, under the arms. I am already aligned with the future that I desire. I already am aligned with the future I desire. Okay, so if you're not doing it right, you put your hand here and then put your arm down, and then so it's right like in that part right there, okay? So both parts. So when you're just tapping with your whole hands right there, you're gonna get them. So just so you know. All right. I already am aligned with the future I desire. I am already aligned with the future I desire. Okay, top of the head. Are you ready? Inhale. And every tap re-networks my brain into new possibilities. Are you here still? Come on, let's go. You remember how awesome you are. I know this. And every tap re-networks my brain into new possibilities. I'm tapping into new possibilities, and every tap re-networks my brain into new possibilities. And breathe in now. Exhale. Call your attention back here. Breathe in. Exhale. Put your hand on your heart and your head. And you're going to breathe in. I release what is not mine with ease. And breathe out. Breathe in. I embody my new self with confidence. Breathe out. Breathe in. I am inspired and I am free and I am already here in my own perfect version of life. Exhale. See?